So cut down day, Tuesday. So the Browns, we'll hear all kinds of stuff coming up leading up to Tuesday after the preseason game. One of the guys to keep an eye on, Mohamoud Diabate. He talked about his performance during training camp as well as his chances of making the 53-man roster.
Just play hard and do my job. The same thing I do every week. Focus on my assignments, focus on getting my teammates to call, and play my ass off.
Is it tough to not think about what's going to happen over the next 4 or 5 days?
Nah, it's really not. I try to think about what I can control the controllables, do what I can, and let the people who make decisions make their decisions. I don't sit around worrying about something that I don't have a decision at. So I'm focused on going out there on Saturday, having a great game, and giving a good impression to the entire league. I feel like I've had a great camp. I've been able to showcase my talents, whether it be in practice or as you guys have seen in the game. So I've definitely been proud of myself. I feel like I put my best foot forward every single day and giving my best effort, taking the coaching and made corrections. So I'm excited for the future. I'm thankful for my time so far here in Cleveland.
Quincy, he's certainly given him some things to think about. He was a undrafted rookie free agent that they gave a little bit more money to because they wanted him in here. Do you think he makes the 53-man roster?
Oh, he has a really good chance to make the 53-man roster. You have to remember that more money they gave him was a fifth-round equivalent. So what could have happened here with Diabate is what's happening with a lot of draft picks in both the NBA and NFL, where after a certain round, guys are deciding, hey, it's more beneficial for me not to get drafted and forced into a team that I don't really know if the fit's going to be right. I'm going to go to where my agent and I feel like are the best spots for us. So maybe that's what happened with Diabate in his draft process, where he kind of told people, don't draft me. I'm going to go undrafted. And then the Browns targeted him with the fifth-round equivalent in UDFA, which means that they kind of value him the same way that they would value a fifth-round pick. So I think Diabate is close to a lock. He's shown some signs. He's flashed a little bit. They're going to need guys like that on special teams. So I think he's going to be definitely somebody to see make this roster.
Other one that a lot of people have been talking about is Austin Watkins. What are your thoughts? Do you think he makes the 53-man roster?
It's going to be interesting to see what happens with him because his wide receiver room is so crowded and they have guys that they are invested in the future of that they can't just throw away because somebody's having a hot camp. So we'll see how they get around this. Hey, this is a Browns team that decided to keep 4 running backs last year, right? There's this idea out there that they're stringent to these templates of how they're going to build this roster and that they're only going to keep 7 wide receivers or 6 wide receivers here, 3 running backs here. I think they've shown in the past that they're flexible. And if they feel like there's an extra guy that they just want to keep because he's been playing so well in camp, they're going to go out their way to keep that guy, just like they did with running backs last year.
The one thing I would think with Diabate and Watkins, if you see them on special teams against the Chiefs, that's an indication they're looking for a way to keep them, because you want the 49th, 50th, 51st, 52nd, 53rd guy to be able to do something on game day, and that would be special teams.
It's interesting, too, because I see more and more teams use more rotational players on special teams, and they're kind of reserving some of these back-end spots for developmental pieces. And I think Diabate, since he plays linebacker, it's a natural fall-in for him to be a special teams player. Austin Watkins, I don't know what kind of special teams player he can be. Wide receivers are a little bit more of a gamble to throw out there. But I think whether they play special teams or not, I still think the chances that they make the roster are in their favor, because they're going to just want to keep these guys in general and figure out what they have to do around it. The ideal of the roster isn't just to fit a template, is to get the best 53 players that you can. You'll hear Kevin Stefanski say that in a press conference. If you ask him what's his philosophy, he said, my goal is to get the best 53 players on the roster that I can. And what that entails is, hey, sometimes you're going to keep a lot of guys in one position, sometimes you're not. It's going to be flexible based on where you feel like those best 53 players are.